Hi everyone, the name of the lesson is How We Each Learn Best, and it is in the Unit 4 folder, in the folder of A1 terms. When you enter the folder, you can see some documents here, right? You need to download all of them actually, except for the test. Can't do that. And there are some audios and there are some, Word documents. You'll need them. Um, Before doing other things, you need to take the test actually. Let's look at the test together. It is important to take this test before listening to the audios because you need to understand the topic well. And if you understand the topic and if you learn some vocabulary related to the topic, you'll understand the audio better and you will have a better performance. Look at this. Which two of these are not one of the 9 multiple intelligences? You will choose the two which are not related. And you will listen and read. And please read the instruction. It will direct you actually. And there are some other tasks here. Yes. This picture is in the unit folder. I have downloaded this and saved it to my computer. And let's look at this together because it's also very important to understand the topic today. Look at the picture. There are some animals here, right? Different animals. And there is a man and he says, for a fair selection, everybody has to take the same exam. Please climb that tree. I don't think that this is a fair selection because every animal has different abilities and intelligence, and not every animal can do that, right? So this is not a fair selection. It's a good introduction to the topic actually. Now let's look at this paragraph, and it says first, of course, you need to know the meaning of intelligence, right? Most probably you know it, but I want to tell the definition to you. The intelligence is the ability to understand, learn, and think about things, right? So everybody has a different level of intelligence, let's say. Everybody is different from each other. Everybody learns in a different way. Some learn by seeing, some learn by hearing, some learn by doing the things themselves. Some learn by thinking about it. Yeah, so everybody is different from each other. Everybody's skill is different. Everybody's talent is different. You know, and here it says many people think a written intelligence test is the best way to find out how intelligent someone is, but some experts think that traditional written tests don't measure all types of intelligence, right? So, what do you think about this? Just think about um, or try to describe an intelligent person, right? And there are some statements here, right? Well, let's read some of them together. Um, I don't read instruction manuals. I like to figure out how things work. And the other one is I'm good at understanding other people's feelings. I have a good sense of direction. I never get lost. Not everyone, for example, think about the person. This person may not have all of these skills or talents or abilities, right? Um, this person may have some of them, and if he doesn't have the other ones, we can say that this person is not intelligent because everybody is different. Okay, in the video today I want to focus on the skill called numbered lists, right? While listening to a lecture, you may hear some numbers, and a speaker often tells you how many ideas will be covered in a lecture. Let's look at these examples. There are 5 steps in the process. So when you hear this, you can understand that you will hear 5 steps, right? And I'm going to present 2 techniques. So when you hear that, you can be sure that you will hear 2 techniques, and this information is important. You need to write these 2 techniques because it is very important for the topic. Okay, one way to organize your notes is to write down the numbers and key phrases indicated by the speaker. For example, when you hear this, you may write uh, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and you need to leave space in between to add short descriptions and details. Yeah, as you listen to the lecture. So when you write, for example, 1, there needs to be a space between them because you are going to write some details, right? Okay, so for example, when you hear this, I'm going to present two types of learning: auditory learning, learning by listening, and kinesthetic learning, learning by doing. So when you hear this, your notes might look like this one, right? So two types of learning and 1, 2, and you need to write this. So this is it looks very good, right? So when you your notes will look like this. After the audio, after listening to the audio, when you see the questions, you can answer the questions easily. Okay, now listen to the excerpt from a lecture on teaching techniques. What numbers and phrases do you hear? Take notes below. Okay, you have downloaded the audio, this one, and please listen to that. And what numbers and phrases do you hear? You need to take notes. Yeah. We're going to talk about the answers later. Okay, now it's time to watch the lecture and take notes. Of course, you know that you will need your notes after the lecture to answer some questions. You shouldn't look at the questions in the next page. First, you need to take notes and try to write neatly because you will need these notes to answer the questions. If you can't read your notes, it's impossible to answer the questions. Okay, now you can stop this video. I guess you have listened to the audio and took the notes, right? Now it's time to answer the questions. Let's look at the questions together. The first one is, what does having intelligence mean? Right? What does having intelligence mean? So you need to write this. The second one, what score indicates an average performance in an IQ test? So you need to write the score here, number here, right? Which indicates an average performance in an IQ test. The next question is, what factors can affect someone's IQ test score? So you need to write all the factors you have heard. And the next question, what intelligence does someone have if they use logic to solve problems? So you need to write the type of the intelligence most probably. And the other one is, what is someone with strong spatial intelligence good at? Okay. And the other one, what's the difference between interpersonal and intrapersonal intelligence? So you need to write the difference between them. And the last one is, what was unique about Mrs. Sanchez's tests, right? So you need to write what is special about it. We are going to see the answers later. Now it's time to learn the answers. First, let's start with the excerpt, right? So you listen to the audio, and what numbers and phrases do you hear, right? Let's look at it together. So you see the speaker says, I'll present 3 teaching tips. So we have this number, and related to this we have first, second, and third. So when you hear this number like 3 teaching tips, 3 techniques, 3 strategies, you need to understand that this is very important information, and you will hear 3 techniques and you need to write all of them, right? Okay, let's look at the lecture questions and learn the answers. What does having intelligence mean, right? The lecturer says here, yeah, I'm going to use the term intelligence to mean strength, a strong ability. So having intelligence means a strong ability, right? So having a strength, like strong ability. And the second one, what score indicates an average performance in an IQ test? We have the number here. A score of 100 is average, right? So this is the answer, 100. What factors can affect someone's IQ test score? Where are the factors in the transcript? Let's find them. Okay, many factors can affect someone's score, including blah blah. So we have the examples here, right? Cultural background, education, or even the fact that they aren't good at taking tests. So these are the factors: cultural background, education, or the fact that they aren't good at taking tests. And the next question, what intelligence does someone have if they use logic to solve problems? So the information is here as you see, right? Think of someone who uses logic to solve problems. So what type of intelligence is it? It is mathematical intelligence, right? The answer is mathematical intelligence. What is someone with strong spatial intelligence good at? Where's the information about it? Yes, here. The fifth kind of intelligence is spatial. We use spatial intelligence to create mental images to remember information. So, as you see from here, they are good at this, right? Understanding charts and maps easily. They have a good sense of direction and they don't get lost on mountain hikes. So, they are good at this, right? Understanding charts and maps. Good at directions, remembering directions, maybe finding the directions, and they don't get lost on mountain hikes. Okay. What's the difference between interpersonal and intrapersonal intelligence? The information is here, right? Seventh is interpersonal intelligence. The other one is intrapersonal intelligence. So what's the difference between them? Interpersonal intelligence, the people who have interpersonal intelligence know how to work well with others in social situations like work or school. But the other one, the people who have intrapersonal intelligence, they are aware of their own emotions and needs. Okay, so here we have they are aware of their own emotions and needs. So this is the difference between them. And what was unique about Mrs. Sanchez's test? The information is here actually, right? She gives them choices. For example, they can write about trees, draw a picture, make a chart, or create a song. Anything is acceptable as long as it contains the tree material, she taught them. So this is the key point, right? So this is about unique and this is the key point. You need to write this information. Yeah. Okay. That's all. I hope you answered all of the questions.